Welcome to MTG Friends. I'm Ryan, and in this episode, we're going to do a meta wrap up for post Omnath. So, here's what's going on. Gruul Adventure is really taking hold of everything. You know, it's a pretty strong deck. It's got the usual stuff you'd expect. It's an adventure deck. Brushfire Elemental is really part of the power in this deck. You got your normal stuff like the Edgewall Innkeeper with the Lovestruck Beast with the Gemrazor mutation, etc., etc. So it's just a really strong, fast Gruul deck. Before we go on, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit like. Let us know in the comments what kind of episode you like, what kind of episode you don't like. We're catering this series and this channel to what you guys want. So if you subscribe, you're gonna get what you want, for the most part. All right, Dimir Control. This is a kind of a funky one. I've actually been playing this a little bit on the ladder. Buyer beware, though. This deck is gonna take long matches. You're even gonna run into problems where your matches run so long you might lose just because you time out. So be very careful when playing this deck. It's a control. It revolves around Ashiok. It's a decent deck. I personally wouldn't go with this deck if you're climbing the ladder. Let me know what you think, of course. And then, of course, there's the Rakdos Midrange, which is doing pretty good on the ladder. It revolves around Kroxa and just escaping that. And the Ox is a new addition, again, post-Omnath. Very interesting build. This one is pretty solid, especially against the Dimir Mill decks, which we're going to touch on in just a second. And again, I'm going to put links to all of these, like top 4 or 5 decks currently. I just happen to be looking at MTG Goldfish. Free of charge to them, of course. And then Dimir Rogues. I've been playing this a lot with the mono red. This might be one that you consider. It is pretty fun to play. You're not going to run into that same control Dimir issue with Ashiok build of running out of time. This is exactly what you'd expect it to be. Mill. But you also get a lot of in-your-face smash of your opponent. Again, buyer beware with this one. If you run into the Rakdos deck, you're in trouble, and you're going to need to sub in some Cling to Dust. In fact, if you see a lot of that in the meta with your opponents, you might want to sub these in and mainline them. Maybe pulling out like a Brazen Borrower or a few of the milling mechanics. All right, mono red, the one I'm actually playing myself. I'm playing a slightly different iteration of this, but this is exactly what you'd expect. It's got your Fervent Champion, your Weasel, which is actually kind of new since Zendikar Rising. The Knight, of course, and the Robber. Annex is coming back strong. That was pulled out of mono red in the last set. Standard. And of course you got your Bone Crusher, and Phoenix of Ash has been subbed in yet again. It didn't see a lot of play there for a while, for a few months, but it is back with a vengeance, folks. All right, and then I think we'll just touch on one last one because I don't want to do too deep of a dive into this. Again, I will put in the description these main standard decks that are what you can expect to see. Mono green is actually struggling right now, and that's specifically because of the Gruul deck and because of the Dimir milling deck. It is okay at the moment. I actually was playing this and just was running into all sorts of problems and just swapped out for the Dimir mill and the mono red. It's still a decent deck for the ladder, but I would be real careful if running this. Just get a feel for the meta, and once you've played about 5, 6, 7 games, you're going to get a feel of what's out there. All right, well, that's pretty much it for this week. Again, please hit subscribe, hit the like button if you haven't already. Um, I plan on doing this probably weekly, just kind of doing a recap of what the state of the meta is, along with all of our other episodes, commander deck techs, and one-offs here and there. If there is something that you would like for us to do, please put it in the comments. We would be happy to do it for you. This channel is built around our subscribers and the people who like watching our stuff. And if this isn't the kind of thing you want to see, please let us know. If it is, please let us know. All right, thanks for tuning in. Check us out at the next episode.